What's up, everybody? Hope y'all doing well today, this evening. It is evening here. I'm done working. And so now, I want to talk about that debate. Man, Pence, dude, Pence. Last night's debate reminded me why I like Pence so much. If Trump is the sledgehammer, then Pence is basically the scalpel, you know what I mean? Cool, collected, and you saw that last night. You saw him being chill, yet at the same time, he was assertive when he needed to be. He was forceful when he needed to be. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't let Kamala's, smug, aggressive, woman of color attitude get in his way. He didn't. He brought facts. He was respectful when he needed to be, especially to the moderator, right? And when there were lies brought up, he called them out. And if he didn't have time, he would call them out during his time for the next question, right? And so he did excellent. He did fantastic. One of the important and smart moves was talking about the accomplishments of the Trump administration. Because we all know that the media never highlights the importance of the accomplishments they made, right? Remember, everything Trump does and his administration does, it is either garbage, terrible for the country, or just poor and misguided or whatever, right? And so Pence talking about how important the tax cuts are and how taxes will simply rise if Biden's elected. Kamala said, well, he's not going to raise taxes. Now, Biden has said this.
You don't raise taxes in a recession.
Guess what? If you elect me, you're not going to have your taxes are going to be raised, not cut.
With people like Kamala, right? It's almost as if it's like they expect you to have short memories. You know what I mean? It's like he will not raise those taxes.
You don't raise taxes in a recession.
Guess what? If you elect me, you're not going to have your taxes are going to be raised, not cut.
Yes, he will. He said he would. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like they expect people to have like the memory of a goldfish, and just take what they say at face value, It's real weird. It's really weird. What it really is it's wrong, it's evil, it's wicked. I mean, let's call it what it is, right? It's like they're trying to do a Jedi mind trick. He will not raise taxes.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
But that's not true. He said he will. This is a common thing with leftist policy. Taxes go up and people suffer for it. Taxes just steadily raising in a lot of liberal states, and people are getting sick of it. People are fleeing California, have been fleeing the state for a couple of years now because all the red tape when it comes to establishing a business and all sorts of regulation that just gets in the way. Things are being overly expensive. And so to make it seem like they are the party that would fight for lower taxes is silly. It's just real dumb. Come on, let's be honest. And so talking about that, talking about just other things that the administration has done that just really doesn't get any recognition in the media, was really smart. Because millions of people saw that debate. So they're able to hear what has actually been done, And Pence is really a straight shooter. He's not one to sit here and talk, just out his ear, you know what I mean? So there's that, which is really good. There's also him being very, very forward, very stern, talking over his time. Because let's be honest, that moderator, although not as bad as Wallace was with the other debate, she's still biased. It's there, it's just obvious, right? Those questions were definitely to the disadvantage of the Trump administration, right? He clearly showed that he knows when he needs to strike. He knows when he needs to be forward. He knows how to debate, so that's good. They're trying to use the same tactic of 200,000 people are dead because of Trump, and that's insane. Like, you have to be wickedly bitter in your heart and hateful to think that he is responsible for the lives of every single person in this country. That's crazy. Again, short memories, right? They want people to forget that Trump has been very protective about the country's borders, right? He's been very protective about keeping the country safe, right? Be it a physical wall or certain travel policies and stuff like that. And so during the same time he said he was shutting down flight from China, people were mocking him on the left, like, oh, that's ridiculous, you shouldn't do that. Even Joe Biden said that. Even Biden said that. He was like, this is ridiculous. You don't need to do all that, blah, blah, blah. And now people have changed their tune. Now it's like, oh, he couldn't have done it soon enough. He should have did it a lot quicker than he did. It's like, that's insane. Like, come on. People remember this, and they think people don't. So he also did a really good job on this. Like, check this out, talking about the swine flu and how it would have been so much worse.
Swine flu. If the swine flu had been as lethal as the coronavirus, in 2009, when Joe Biden was vice president, we would have lost 2 million American lives.
If the swine flu was as dangerous as coronavirus is, so many people would have perished. A ton of people would have perished. People would be alive if you did this. Like, come on, that's crazy. To say that every person that died of coronavirus is dead because of Trump is just a silly tactic, and it's built off hatred. They're counting on people to just have such a deep hatred for Trump that they're going to lay every single person in the death toll at his feet, and that's really stupid. Another really good moment was when he called her out about telling the truth. And Kamala, she has her her little attitude, like, I'm speaking, and he called her out. She's like, well, I'm speaking, and look what he said. So good.
Well,
I'm speaking.
Be important if you said the truth. Joe Biden said twice in the debate last week that he's going to repeal the Trump tax cuts.
She's so stuck in her little smug, arrogant kind of thing, that's really her only tactic. Like, she tries to intimidate people by having this, excuse me, I know what I'm doing right now, or blah, 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 blah. And in this case, she's like, I'm speaking. It's like this obnoxious, attitude, you know what I mean? Like, it's gross. It's really lame. So anyway, he called her out on telling the truth, and because of her smug tactics, she just kind of went with it. She's like, you know what I mean? Like, he called her out for lying, and she's just like,
be important if you said the truth.
And it's just a really, really good response. And so he did great. He did fantastic. He did wonderful. I thought it was also really funny that Kamala said that her and Biden were people of faith. And I swear, far be it from me to say that people don't have faith, because people do. But when you make it seem like your faith is similar to the general faith of people in the community, and it doesn't reflect that, you're just being full of crap. She said that Joe Biden is a practicing Catholic and has been forever. Like, come on, dude. Catholics do not like Kamala Harris, and they don't like Biden. Like, let's be honest. The overwhelming majority of the Catholic community disagree with abortion. So let's be real. And they have religious reasons for doing so. And so to make it seem like Kamala and Biden are just somehow part of that religious group, with the same convictions, it's just disingenuous. And you know how I know for sure that he won, aside from what I'm saying? People who don't like Pence basically resorted to talking about the fly that landed on his head. That's it. Oh, a fly, look at that fly. Oh, that fly, look at that. Haha. Like, as if that's somehow supposed to be a spiritual representation of something. It's sad because it clearly shows that that's really all they could say about the debate with him. Man, my dude Pence, he did it, man. He did it. He did it real good. I can't wait to see if the debate even happens next week. I think it's lame that they want to do it over the internet. That's real lame. I think they're basically trying to save Biden from from his image getting any worse than it has been. You know, him just hanging in there for the last debate was probably the best that it's ever gonna get for them. I said that before. And so also having a debate over the internet will make it really easy for them to tell him what they want him to say. You know what I mean? Like, that's rife with opportunities to guide him accordingly. You know what I mean? Big difference. Big difference. I think they're just trying to protect him. And you may say, well, no, it's because Trump got COVID. Well, dude, Trump is done with COVID. You know, he's going to keep getting tested. It's just going to keep showing negative. You know what I mean? And so if he does show positive a day or two before, then cut it off. But he's done. Like, COVID is past with Trump. He got over it, and quickly. You know what I mean? And so that's not an excuse. Like, it really isn't. Sorry, it's not an excuse. They can take whatever precautions they need to prevent anything from happening. If he is COVID-free, there's no excuse. Zero. Nada. None. A like would be appreciated. A sub if you haven't subbed. Ring that bell. You'll know these videos when they land. You guys have a good night.